Hey y'all, it's me, Dr. Lynn Daniel, coming to you today here on my Lynn Daniel channel. I am an educational researcher, writer, author, Ph.D. I'm an educator. I teach adolescents how to think creatively and critically about the world around them. I also teach adults how to care for themselves, both on the professional side of life and the personal side of life. I am Lynn Daniel, the self-care evangelist. So today I want to talk to you about my publications, some of the books that I published, 2 books over the course of the last couple of years. The most recent book is You Are Not Garbage, Why You Need to Overcome Adverse Childhood Experiences and How to Do It. And it addresses adverse childhood experiences, also known as ACEs. And adverse childhood experiences deal with abuse, neglect, and psychological household abuses that occur, okay? Challenges that occur in your home. And so here's why I wrote about this particular topic. Because during the pandemic, I was completing my doctoral studies. I was undertaking my doctoral study itself. I had been approved by the IRB to begin my study. And so that whole process is very rigorous and time consuming, and is all encompassing. And in that process, I was finding myself just needing to look deeper at why I was reacting the way I was reacting in that scenario, with the study and with the delays and with the hardness, the difficulty, the rigor of it. And so I just head on, face forward, began to ask myself about, like, does this have anything to do with some of the things that I experienced in my youth? I just head on attacked it. Did I not learn the right coping mechanism? Did I learn self-defeating coping mechanisms? And I began to analyze, self-assess. And in doing that, it led me to a community here in the Phoenix area where there's a consortium on adverse childhood experiences. And this consortium is very informative. We meet monthly to discuss various aspects of adverse childhood experiences. So these are things that got me thinking about more in depth personally about how I was dealing with the pandemic, how I was dealing with the conclusion of my doctoral studies, and with life in general. Because during my doctoral studies, I found myself reverting to old habits. I began overeating. I began overeating a lot of sweets and sugary foods. I neglected my health. I gained a lot of weight. I think over 20 pounds. I gained a lot of weight. And I was reverting back to self-soothing habits that had not really benefited me in the past, but they had become an ingrained part of my existence. And so I uncovered some things while I was going through my doctoral studies about myself. And so if you read my book that I published at the start of 2022, which is called You Are Not Garbage, Why You Need to Overcome Adverse Childhood Experiences and How to Do It. When you read that book, it is available on Amazon in the Kindle version for free, or you can purchase it for $1.29 and have it in your book collection, your library. That book is just raw. It's a combination of research on what the CDC and other experts are saying about adverse childhood experiences, and then my stories, various stages in my life when I felt violated or traumatized or taken advantage of or neglected in some form, shape. And so I just put it out there. I'm not ashamed of the things that I endured. Now, and I'm very respectful of my parents because I feel that my parents did a great job of raising 4 children. My parents were young parents when they married and when they started a family, and I want to honor them. I honor my parents. I am grateful for my parents. But my parents had their own adverse childhood experiences, and plus, they were raised during a time when Jim Crow laws were in effect, and they had to deal with the trauma of racism here in America. And so they had multi-layered traumas that they were dealing with. Plus, they were young and inexperienced and not equipped to take on a lot of the responsibilities that they did. Now, that doesn't excuse them, but that sets the stage for how I am approaching the examination of my own adverse childhood experiences. Okay, so it's not an exercise for the week, but it's a necessary exercise. So I invite you, especially baby boomers like me, who are living, your body is aging and you're starting to see changes in the quality of life, and you recognize that you need to do some things differently, but you're so ingrained in old habits that you're not taking on the challenge of change. And if you don't take on the challenge of change, adverse childhood experiences will eventually lead to death if they go unaddressed. Because why do they lead to death? Because to cope with the trauma of those experiences, people take on bad habits. Like me, I was overindulging in sugary foods, and my body became sick because of that. Some people overindulge in alcohol. There was a point when I did that with wine. That is not healthy, you know, and some people do that. Some people overindulge in gambling, in drug addiction, in shopping, in becoming abusive towards their family members, in lying and concealing things. There are a myriad ways in which that people cope and try to manage their lives under the constraints of adverse childhood experiences. And the truth of the matter is, you need to address them head on and boldly and courageously so that you can begin to peel back the layers and begin to heal yourself. So the book that I published in February of 2022 is You Are Not Garbage, Why You Need to Overcome Adverse Childhood Experiences and How to Do It. That book is on Kindle, Amazon Kindle. It is free. It is $1.29 if you want to purchase and add it to your library in the Kindle form. Now, my first book, which is a physical book, Trash Can, Stop Being a Receptacle for Toxic People's Waste. This book is available for $12.99 on Amazon. These books are quick and easy reads. These are resource books to check in with, to rely on, like you do a self-check. Okay? So you can read a chapter a day. You can join a book club and have the people in the book club converse and discuss the chapters. You all can journal. I am coming out with a journal soon that is a companion to both Trash Can and You Are Not Garbage, so that you can journal your way through the process of healing. So I highly recommend those of you baby boomers, you're my first audience, but anyone, any age group can read these books and find healing in these books. I highly encourage you to take that bold step to deliverance and healing and restoration for yourselves. Because, you know, if you're a baby boomer, you're an elder, you're in the latter stages of the life phase. And so you want to end strong. As much of our life that is in our control, we have the control over it. We have a control over the things that we eat, drink, the way that we behave. We have a level of control. Then it's to our benefit to control it well and to manage it well. So thank you so much for viewing this video, you all. I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can see when I release videos. Join me on LinkedIn. I am highly active on LinkedIn, interacting with people from various stages of life, job seekers, experts in their fields, educators, PhDs, people all over the globe. And there I share a lot about self-care. I am the self-care evangelist, and that is my mission, to encourage you and to call you to wholeness through the work that is needed to be well. All right, so thank you so much. Leave a comment down in the comment section and tell me, how are you healing yourself? What are you doing to be well? How are you taking care of yourself? All right, and get those books. Trash can, you're not garbage. You're not garbage. You are not garbage. Be blessed. Bye.